Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. You know, I've seen a lot of budget spotting scopes out there that promise crystal clear views but end up blurry or foggy when you actually take them outside. They look fine in the listing photos, but once you're out in real conditions, the glass is soft, the focus is mushy, and the colors just don't pop like they should. If you're serious about long-range observation, whether it's for birdwatching, stargazing, or even target shooting, you need something that doesn't cut corners. That's why I'm excited to talk about the Swarovski Optik STS-65 straight spotting scope. It's not cheap, but it's built to deliver the kind of clarity and durability that makes every session feel like the first time. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. So, what makes this scope stand out? First off, the optical quality is next level. Swarovski is known for their precision glass, and this scope lives up to that reputation. The 65mm objective lens gathers a ton of light, so even in low light conditions like dawn or dusk, you're still getting a bright, sharp image. I took this out during a foggy morning recently, and instead of a murky mess, I could still make out fine details on a bird perched way off in the distance. That kind of clarity is rare in this price range, and it makes a huge difference if you're trying to identify species or track movement. Another thing I love is the straight body design. It's simple and intuitive, especially if you're used to rifle scopes or binoculars. You don't have to twist your neck at weird angles to get a comfortable view, which is a game changer during long observation sessions. I've used angled scopes before, and while they're great for some situations, the straight model just feels more natural for quick, relaxed scanning. Plus, the eyepiece is fully rotatable, so you can adjust it to your eye level without repositioning the whole tripod. Durability is another big win here. Swarovski scopes are built to handle real-world use, and this one is no exception. The magnesium housing is lightweight but tough, so it can take a few bumps or drops without throwing off your zero or scratching the lenses. I've taken mine out in light rain a couple of times, and the coatings held up perfectly, no fogging inside the lenses, which is a common issue with cheaper scopes. That kind of weather resistance gives me peace of mind, especially if I'm out in unpredictable conditions. The focus mechanism is smooth and precise, too. Cheap scopes often have a focus knob that feels gritty or loose, but this one glides effortlessly. Whether I'm zooming in on a distant deer or fine-tuning the view of a mountain ridge, the adjustments are buttery smooth. It's the kind of thing you don't realize you need until you try it, but once you do, it makes a huge difference in how enjoyable the experience is. I also appreciate that the diopter adjustment is easy to reach, so you can quickly dial in the perfect focus for your eyes without fumbling around. One practical feature that surprised me was the built-in sunshade. It's not something I thought about until I used it, but it really helps cut down on glare when you're observing during bright daylight. Instead of squinting or trying to angle the scope awkwardly, the sunshade just does its job quietly in the background. It's a small detail, but it adds up to a more comfortable and productive session. Now, let's talk about versatility. The STS-65 isn't just for one specific use, it's great for birdwatching, wildlife observation, even stargazing if you're into that. The 20-60x magnification range is wide enough to cover most scenarios, from wide-angle landscape views to tight close-ups of distant subjects. I've used it to watch eagles nesting high in trees, and the zoom lets me go from a broad view of the valley to seeing individual feathers on the bird's back. That kind of flexibility is hard to find in a single scope. Of course, no product is perfect, and this one has a couple of things to consider. The price tag is definitely on the higher side, so it's not something you'll impulse buy. If you're just starting out or only use a scope occasionally, there are more affordable options that might work for you. Also, while the scope itself is durable, the included accessories, like the tripod, are pretty basic. You might want to invest in a sturdy tripod separately if you plan to use this for serious long-term observation. All in all, the Swarovski Optik STS-65 is a fantastic choice if you want a spotting scope that delivers professional-grade performance without the bulk of a full-size telescope. It's clear, rugged, and built to last, which is exactly what you need when you're out in the field trying to capture those perfect moments. Whether you're a seasoned birder, a hunter, or just someone who loves exploring nature with a closer look, this scope won't let you down. If you're ready to step up your observation game, you can find the Swarovski Optik STS-65 in the description below. Happy scoping!